The 2009 to 2017 Nissan 370Z. When it comes to sports cars from the land of the rising sun, the Nissan Z is one of the best. As far back as the 60s, the Z has captured the hearts and minds of enthusiasts worldwide thanks to its timeless good looks, traditional drivetrain layout, sonorous 6-cylinder exhaust note, and giant slaying performance potential, all of which is offered at an affordable price point. The latest iteration is the Z34, aka the 370Z, which bears the same attributes as its predecessors, but with modernized packaging. Summed up, the 370Z gets slick styling, updated cabin tech, RWD handling, and a solid amount of thrust, making it a 21st-century performance machine worthy of the letter Z. Unlike most manufacturers, Nissan did it right when designing its next-gen sports car. Compared to the previous generation, the 350Z, the 370Z gets smaller dimensions and lower weight, plus increased chassis rigidity and higher engine output, exactly the right combo when aiming to please throngs of enthusiasts. Over time, Nissan added new features and trim levels to broaden the Z's appeal, but kept the original's hardcore attitude for customers who demanded it. These days, the Z needs to evolve, which is a tricky proposition for a model bearing nearly 5 decades of history. For now, though, read on for a look at the newest version of Nissan's classic two-door. Updated 10 July 2017, Nissan announced minor equipment and pricing updates for the 2018 model year 370Z. Continue reading to learn more about the 2009 to 2018 Nissan 370Z. History and background. The story of the Z really begins with a man, Yutaka Katayama. Now known popularly as Mr. K, Katayama is largely credited for being the father of the Z, given his heavy involvement in its creation. Working as president of Nissan USA, Mr. K convinced the higher-ups of the need for an affordable sports car for the international market, and in October of 1969, the first Z car hit dealerships. Known as the Fairlady Z in Japan and sold as the Datsun 240Z in the US, the first stateside Zs came with a 2.4-liter inline 6-cylinder engine producing upwards of 151 horsepower. Later versions saw engine displacement increase to 2.6 liters and 2.8 liters. The Z was a huge hit, and in 1978, the second-gen 280ZX hit the scene. Offered as both a coupe and AT top, the 280ZX was framed as a more luxurious grand tourer, rather than a sports car. Engine specs included either a 135 horsepower naturally aspirated inline-6, or 180 horsepower turbo inline-6. Known as the Fairlady Z in Japan and sold as the Datsun 240Z in the US, the first stateside Zs came with a 2.4-liter inline 6-cylinder engine producing upwards of 151 horsepower. The GT personality traits continued with the third-gen model, the 300ZX. Under the hood was equipped a new 3.0-liter V6, which went on to perform well in the IMSA GTP series in the late 80s. Output was rated at 160 horsepower for the naturally aspirated configuration, and upwards of 228 horsepower for US-bound turbocharged models. The 300ZX received numerous updates throughout its lifecycle, but the biggest came in 1989 with the introduction of the Z32. While still bearing the 300ZX nameplate, the Z32 was effectively a fourth-generation Z car, and included the option for a twin-turbo 6-cylinder producing 300 horsepower. Seen as a technological powerhouse, the new 300ZX was designed using CAD software and offered four-wheel steering, both impressive innovations at the time. But as the 90s progressed, interest in Japanese sports cars started to wane. The public shifted its attention to SUVs, and a rapidly inflating yen left cars like the Z with a ballooning MSRP. In 1996, the Z32 was discontinued in the US. Fast forward 6 years. Following a buyout by Renault, Nissan reintroduced the Z nameplate with the 350Z Coupe in 2002, marking a fifth generation. The 350Z Roadster was introduced 2 years later. Bearing a tuned version of the ubiquitous 3.5-liter VQ35DE V6 under the hood, output was rated at 287 horsepower when the car was first introduced, but was increased to 300 horsepower in 2005. Public reception was generally quite positive, and following a slew of updates and special editions, including several Nismo models, the 6th generation Z debuted at the Los Angeles Auto Show in 2008. Labeled as the 370Z, the new model came with an updated engine, new styling, and revamped chassis. Originally sold as a coupe in January of 2009, the Go Faster Nismo variant hit dealers that summer as a late model release. The Roadster model followed for the 2010 model year. In 2010, Nissan released the 40th Anniversary Edition, celebrating 4 decades since the release of the original Datsun 240Z. A mid-cycle facelift occurred in 2013, and in 2015, Nissan transformed the optional packages into a variety of new trim levels. Exterior. Nissan says the 370Z was penned as a modern take on the original 240Z, and while it's debatable whether or not the automaker was successful in that endeavor, I would certainly argue that the result is a good-looking piece of design. Compared to the squarer, simpler 350Z, the 370Z looks much more aggressive. The lines are sharper, pointier, and taut, looking as though they were stretched across the body with muscle-bound poise. The headlights and taillights in particular make it easy to separate the two generations, with the later 370Z using boomerang-shaped housings for both. The lines are sharper, pointier, and taut, looking as though they were stretched across the body with muscle-bound poise. Each of these elements mix well with the car's traditional sports coupe cues, including its long nose, rear-set cockpit, and flared wheel arches. There are also deep hoodlines and dual exhaust tips. Further exterior features include a cantilevered roof and vertical door handles. HIDs are used for lighting, and come with an auto on-off feature. Dimensionally, the 370Z is a bit smaller than the model that came before. The wheelbase is nearly 4 inches shorter, and the overall length was decreased by 2.7 inches. Height was also decreased by 0.3 inches. Width, however, was increased by 1.3 inches, while the rear track was increased by 2.2 inches. So then, the 370Z is shorter, lower, and wider. Sounds like it's on the right path. Complementing the resizing is a lower curb weight, which is the result of aluminum used for the door panels, hood, and hatch. The aero was also tweaked, particularly for the underbody. Negative lift comes courtesy of a new front fascia, splitter, side skirts, and rear diffuser. Although the shortened wheelbase originally disrupted the car's flow, Nissan tested over 200 rear quarter panels to cancel out its negative effects. All in all, the 370Z has the same drag coefficient as the 350Z, rated at 0.30. Throw on the front and rear spoilers from the Sport package, and that number drops to 0.29. The 370Z Roadster is equipped with an automatic latching power soft top designed to match the profile of the coupe. Meanwhile, the 370Z Roadster is equipped with an automatic latching power soft top designed to match the profile of the coupe, although in reality, the Roadster's rear is a bit flatter. The convertible model also gets a shortened windshield, plus additional structural reinforcements around the A-pillars and side skirts. Hit the right button, and the top slides back to store under a body-colored tonneau cover in as little as 20 seconds. Put it back up, and you get a fabric inner liner with a standard black finish, although a Bordeaux top can be had with if you get the wine-colored upholstery. Opt for the 370Z Nismo, and you'll get a ton of extra visual horsepower, starting with a tuner's special body kit. This includes new side skirts, a new rear bumper, and a new rear spoiler, plus a new front nose that extends the car's length by more than 6 inches. In the corners are exclusive 19-inch forged alloy wheels from Ray's. Exterior dimension. Exterior paint options: pearl white, Monterey blue, brilliant silver, magnetic black, solid red, platinum graphite, and for the first-year launch, chicane yellow. Wheel options: standard spec 18 by 8 inch front, 18 by 9 inch rear, 5-spoke aluminum wheels. Sport package 19 by 9 inch front, 19 by 10 inch rear, 5-spoke forged aluminum wheels from Ray's. Nismo spec 19x 9.5 inch front, 19x 10.5 inch rear, 5-spoke Nismo forged aluminum wheels from Ray's. New for 2010. Standard heated mirrors. New black cherry exterior paint option. New for 2011. New gun metallic exterior paint option. New for 2013. Facelift, updated front fascia, vertical LED daytime running lights, red reflector added to the rear fascia, redesigned 18-inch wheels for standard spec sport package, redesigned 19-inch alloy wheels, red brake calipers. New magma red and midnight blue paint options. Nismo spec, red brake calipers, gun metallic wheel finish, new magma red exterior color. New for 2014. Nismo spec, new dark coloring for front fascia, rear fascia, side skirts, side view mirrors, and rear spoiler. Added red pinstripe accents. Solid red replaces magma red for exterior paint. New for 2015. Standard, Touring, and Roadster spec, black finished 18-inch wheels. 370Z Sport spec, front and rear spoilers from the Sport package, new 19-inch wheel design from Ray's. 370Z Sport Tech spec, front and rear spoilers from the Sport package. 370Z Roadster Touring Sport spec, forged 19-inch Ray's aluminum wheels. Nismo spec, updated styling, inspired by the GTR, new aerodynamics, black headlight bezels, redesigned twin 5-spoke wheels from Ray's, charcoal gray finish, shortened overall length 170.5 inches, still 3 inches longer than standard 370Z, but nearly 3 inches shorter than prior Nismo spec. New for 2016. New deep blue pearl exterior paint option, replaces midnight blue. New for 2017. Chicane yellow exterior paint option, replaces magma red. New for 2018. Dark headlight trim, dark tinted taillights, blackout lower fascia. New 19-inch wheel design, passion red exterior color option added, excludes Nismo models, Heritage Edition package added to base model interior. For sports car tradition, the 370Z uses a two-seater, driver-centric cabin. The look and layout is somewhat reminiscent of the 350Z, but includes a lot of modern tech, and as a result, there's a good deal of complication compared to the older model. This is most prevalent in the center console, where buttons galore announce the presence of an updated infotainment system. That said, the basics of high driver engagement remain. To begin, there's a 3-spoke steering wheel, which comes with a sporty, highly grippable shape, plus leather wrapping and baseball-style stitching. Illuminated audio controls are at thumb's length, and paddle shifters are used for models equipped with an automatic transmission. There's a 3-spoke steering wheel, which comes with a sporty, highly grippable shape, plus leather wrapping and baseball-style stitching. The top opening of the steering wheel was made 15% larger to accommodate the bigger gauges, while the cluster itself was attached to the steering column, making it easier to see without hampering wheel position. The gauge cluster uses a 3-pod layout meant to mimic the 240Z. There's a tachometer front and center, speedometer to the right, and oil temperature, voltmeter, clock combo to the left. Both the speedo and tach offer a sweep feature for the needles on car startup. In the footwell, the throttle is mounted to the floor, while the brake pedal uses a variable ratio, both of which are features meant to enhance ease of operation. Further underlining the cabin's focus on driver involvement, the passenger side seat offers a different design than its left-hand counterpart. Sit behind the wheel, and you'll get lower side cutouts meant to support pedal engagement. However, both seats come wrapped in an anti-slip upholstery and black cloth, plus there's padding in the armrests and knee areas for better comfort during hard cornering. Drivers get 8-way manual adjustment, while passengers get 4-way manual adjustment. In back, there's a place for storage thanks to the removal of the rear strut brace, which was replaced by structural reinforcements that were less intrusive. While not huge, the space is big enough for a briefcase or two. Standard equipment includes a push-button starter, power doors, power windows, a center storage box, automatic climate control, dual 12-volt outlets, 4 cup holders, and an AM, FM, CD audio system with 4 speakers. The 370Z Roadster gets available heating and ventilation for the seats, plus the choice between gray, black, or wine-colored leather upholstery. Step up to the 370Z Touring, and the stereo becomes a premium system from Bose, with 8 speakers including dual subwoofers and XM satellite radio. The pedals are available as aluminum pieces studded with rubber inserts, and the upholstery is leather with gray, black, or persimmon coloring. The seats are heated and get power adjustment. Meanwhile, the 370Z Roadster gets available heating and ventilation for the seats, plus the choice between gray, black, or wine-colored leather upholstery. The Roadster is also offered with both the Sport package and the Navigation package. Step into the 370Z Nismo, and you can play racer thanks to black and red upholstery, red stitching, a leather-wrapped steering wheel, more red stitching, a leather-wrapped shift knob, aluminum pedals, a new tachometer, and copious Nismo badging. A serial plate declaring the car's authenticity is located above the floor-mounted console. The audio system is just the base model's 4-speaker setup, but that's not a big deal, you're gonna prefer to hear the engine anyway, right? New for 2010. Navigation package, revised with a higher resolution screen and in-dash DVD player. New for 2013. Standard spec, dark finish added for the fuel gauge trip computer trim Nismo spec, available Bose package with 6-speaker audio, Bluetooth hands-free calling, auto-dimming rearview mirror, and HomeLink universal transceiver. New for 2014. Nismo spec, redesigned steering wheel, Alcantara wrapping, red accents, new Nismo tachometer in red. New for 2015. Standard Bluetooth hands-free calling Touring and Sport Tech spec, receives equipment from Navigation package, including hard drive navigation system with traffic, 7-inch touchscreen, 8-speaker Bose stereo, Bluetooth audio streaming, Sirius XM, HomeLink universal transceiver, auto-dimming mirror, and rearview monitor. Nismo spec, new black and red leather Recaro seats designed specifically for Nismo 370Z, includes 8-way driver adjustment and 4-way passenger adjustment. Nismo Tech spec, adds navigation, 7-inch touchscreen, rearview monitor, auto-dimming mirror, and HomeLink universal transceiver. New for 2016. Available Bose sound system with active noise cancellation and active sound enhancement. Comes standard on Nismo models. New for 2018. Base model Coupe and Roadster variants add 2 additional speakers to stereo system, 6 total, drivetrain. The 370Z puts the engine in front and sends the power to the back, just as it should. To help optimize weight distribution, Nissan mounted the power plant as far behind the front axle as possible. The heart of the matter is the VQ37 VHR, an all-aluminum naturally aspirated 3.7-liter V6. Essentially the 4th generation of the VQ engine family, a powerplant used throughout the Nissan model range. The VQ37 VHR is the automaker's first production engine to use VVEL, variable valve event and lift. This feature, in conjunction with an increase in displacement, blesses the 370Z with better fuel economy, a fatter torque curve, and critically, more power when compared to the preceding 350Z. The heart of the matter is the VQ37 VHR, an all-aluminum naturally aspirated 3.7-liter V6. Peak output is rated at 332 horsepower at 7,000 revolutions per minute and 270 pound-feet of torque at 5,200 revolutions per minute, an increase of 26 horsepower compared to the 306 horsepower 350Z. Redline is set at 7,500 revolutions per minute. Gearbox choices include a carryover 6-speed manual, or a new 7-speed automatic. The manual gets something called Synchro Rev Match technology, which will essentially auto-blip the throttle between downshifts to keep drivetrain engagement buttery smooth. Offered as part of the available Sport package, heel-toe experts can turn this feature off, if desired. Meanwhile, the 7-speed auto box gets paddles and a shift lever, plus downshift rev matching, offering a manual-esque feel to those without 3-pedal know-how. There's also adaptive shift control, which will change the automatic's shift patterns to coincide with the driver's particular style. Cog swaps occur in roughly half a second. Unsurprisingly, the Nismo Coupe gets more power, 350 to be exact, which hits the rear wheels at 7,400 revolutions per minute. Torque is a bit higher as well, rated at 276 pound-feet at 5,200 revolutions per minute. The extra output comes courtesy of a new H-configuration exhaust and retuned EQ. Routing the muscle is the 6-speed manual transmission with Synchro Rev Match. Initially, the Nismo was offered exclusively with a manual, but the 7-speed automatic was added later as an option. Performance. Fuel economy. New for 2012. Oil cooler added as standard equipment. New for 2015. Nismo Tech Spec adds optional 7-speed automatic transmission. New for 2018. Optimized engine tuning, new XD clutch for models equipped with manual transmission chassis and handling. Compared to the 350Z, the 370Z is significantly stronger. Additional bracing helps to increase torsional rigidity by 30%, but thankfully, the added stiffness doesn't come at the cost of higher weight. Nissan put the 370Z on an extensive diet, cutting mass wherever possible. For example, there's an upgraded fuel tank, which by itself cuts nearly 14 pounds. The exhaust sheds another 4 pounds, while the audio equipment sheds 3.5 pounds. Each of the 19-inch wheels reduce unsprung mass by 6 to 7 pounds, while the radiator housing is made from carbon fiber. The shortened drive shaft is also made from carbon fiber. All in all, the 370Z manages to cut out 225 pounds, but with the extra bracing, the final curb weight difference comes to roughly 100 pounds. Nissan put the 370Z on an extensive diet, cutting mass wherever possible. For example, there's an upgraded fuel tank, which by itself cuts nearly 14 pounds. In addition to being lighter, the 370Z is also smarter when it comes to the distribution of its mass. The car's center of gravity is closer to the ground thanks to lower engine positioning 0.6 inches and driver positioning 0.4 inches. Weighting percentages are scaled at 53/47 front to back, making the thing handle as a 4-wheel independent suspension, with a 2-link double wishbone setup in front, and a 4-link setup in rear. Standout features for the front suspension include forged aluminum alloy arms and an aluminum alloy cradle, a lightened stabilizer bar, and a 3-point strut tower brace. The rear suspension is also made from aluminum, and includes a stabilizer bar and a V-bar underbody brace, making it steer as a speed-sensitive rack and pinion setup. A viscous limited slip differential is offered as part of the sport package. Throwing the anchor are power-assisted 12.6 x 1.1-inch vented discs up front, and 12.6 x 0.63-inch vented discs in back, with 4-wheel ABS and electronic brake force distribution. Opt for the sport package, and you get upgraded 4-piston aluminum calipers in front, and 2-piston aluminum calipers in back, plus 14 x 1.3-inch discs and 13.8 x 0.8-inch discs, respectively. However, if you're looking for supreme Z cornering, you gotta get the Nismo. Everything is tighter and stiffer, with 15% higher front spring rates, 10% higher rear spring rates, a 15% stiffer front stabilizer bar, a 50% stiffer rear stabilizer bar, 15% higher roll stiffness, 40% higher front damping, and 140% higher rear dampening. The Nismo uses the same 14-inch front, 13.8-inch rear brake setup as the sport package, plus it comes with a standard viscous limited slip differential. The speed-sensitive steering was also redesigned for sharper response, including new mounting bushings and a column insulator. Tire options. New for 2013. Sport package adds Euro-tuned shocks. Nismo Spec adds high-rigidity brake hoses and R35 Special 2 brake fluid. New for 2014. Nismo Spec adds Bridgestone Potenza S001 tires, 245 40ths ZR19 front, 285 35ths ZR19 rear. New for 2015. Suspension revised for better ride and handling, updated steering column bushings and steering software. Roadster Touring Sport Spec added, includes standard limited slip differential, 6-speed manual transmission with synchro rev match, and sport brakes. New for 2018. Nismo model now gets upgraded Dunlop SP Sport Max GT 600 tires, which boast the same tread pattern as the GTR, as well as a 20% reduction in rolling resistance and a reduction in road noise compared to previous Bridgestone Potenza S001 tires. Curb weight. Safety. The 370Z gets all the usual safety features of a modern passenger vehicle. These include seatbelt pre-tensioners and load limiters, active head restraints, an energy-absorbing steering column, front and rear crumple zones, hood buckling creases, and aluminum side guard beams. There's also Nissan's advanced airbag system, with dual-stage supplemental front airbags, driver and passenger seat-mounted side impact airbags, and roof-mounted curtain airbags. Electronic aids like vehicle dynamic control and traction control come standard, while there's also Nissan's vehicle immobilizer and security system. A spare tire is optional. The Nissan 370Z is not rated by the NHTSA or IIHS. Prices. The 370Z is offered in either a coupe or roadster body style, with coupe variants including the high-performance 370Z Nismo. The current 2018 model year can be had in one of 14 different configurations, including 8 coupes, 4 roadsters, and 2 Nismo models. 2018 370Z Coupe $29,990 to $39,590. Note to formatter, please include an image of the 2018 Nissan 370Z Coupe here. The 370Z Coupe is offered in 4 individual trim levels, starting with the base model, followed by the Sport and the Sport Tech. Heading the list is the top trim touring model. Each trim level can be had with either a 6-speed manual transmission, or a 7-speed automatic. 2018 370Z Roadster $41,820 to $49,400. Note to formatter, please include an image of the 2018 370Z Roadster here. The 370Z Roadster can be had in one of 3 trim levels, including the base model Roadster, the mid-grade Touring, and the top-level Touring Sport. The base model and mid-level Touring are only offered with a 7-speed automatic, while the top Touring Sport gets either a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed automatic. Standard equipment includes Bluetooth connectivity, USB inputs, and 18-inch aluminum wheels. The Touring model adds in the Nissan navigation system, a 7.0-inch touchscreen, upgraded Bose stereo, ventilated and heated leather seats, and a rearview monitor. Go for the Touring Sport Roadster, and you'll get a viscous limited-slip rear differential, synchro rev match on the manual transmission, 19-inch forged aluminum alloy wheels, and sport brakes. 2018 370Z Nismo $45,690 to $47,090. Note to formatter, please include an image of the 2018 370Z Nismo here. The performance-oriented 370Z Nismo can be had with either a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed automatic transmission. Upgrades include new tires, unique aerodynamics and styling, fresh interior gear, and sharper suspension. Big brakes and a viscous limited-slip differential plus a shorter final drive ratio are all equipped as standard. New for 2010. 370Z 40th Anniversary Edition, unveiled at the 2010 Chicago Auto Show. The 40th Anniversary Edition includes the Touring Spec and Sport Package equipment, plus the 40th Quartz exterior paint color, 19-inch wheels with a high luster smoke finish, red leather interior, red brake calipers, 40th Anniversary badging, and a satin car cover. Production limited at 1,000 units. New for 2011. Rearview monitor added to navigation package. New for 2015. 2 new trim levels added to coupe lineup, 370Z Sport and 370Z Sport Tech, including equipment from previously optional Sport and navigation packages, 19-inch wheels and upgraded brakes from Sport Package, navigation and Bose stereo from navigation package, etc. 1 new trim level added to Roadster lineup, 370Z Roadster Touring Sport, including equipment from previously available Sport Package. 1 new trim level added to Nismo lineup, 370Z Nismo Tech, including equipment from previously unavailable navigation package. 2018 Nissan 370Z Coupe prices. 2018 Nissan 370Z Roadster prices. 2018 Nissan 370Z Coupe Nismo. Accessories. Competition. Mazda RX-8, Built as a replacement for the legendary RX-7, the rotary-powered RX-8 comes with many of the enthusiast-oriented attributes that made its predecessor so famous, including handling that's polished above and beyond similarly priced sports cars. However, straight-line performance leaves a bit to be desired, with output from the 1.3-liter Wankel engine rated at roughly 230 horsepower. Read the full review here. BMW 1 Series. Small, quick, and attractive, the 1 Series is a great way to get into the BMW lifestyle. The trim levels and options are nearly endless, ranging from performance machines to comfortable cruisers. If you're looking for a coupe with a little more elegance than what Nissan can offer, this might be the better buy. But beware, pricing can quickly get out of hand. Read the full review here. Ford Mustang Gt. Nothing does it quite like a Mustang. The car's biggest draw is under the hood, where a 5.0-liter V8 talks dirty to the tune of 435 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. Combined with an independent rear suspension, the new and improved pony car can handle as well. Of course, whether or not it'll keep pace with the Nissan depends on the track and driver. Read the full review here. Conclusion. The culture of the Z car is a truly remarkable thing. Spanning several generations, this sporty compact offers an iteration for just about everyone, from flashy top-down attention grabbers to sport-tuned track terrors. And why not? The Z brings speed and style at an affordable price point, and if you're an enthusiast with a penchant for something Japanese, it's altogether one very attractive package. Unfortunately, nothing in this world is perfect, including the 6th Gen Z. While it may represent a good deal of speed and style, it's not quite the performance bargain of previous generations. These days, the competition is fierce, and if you're looking for something faster or more affordable, the options are plentiful. So where's that leave the Z? Simply put, in need of a 7th generation. Don't get me wrong, the 6th Gen is fantastic, but if you look closely, you can see the wrinkles, particularly in the engine bay. Hopefully, the next gen car will offer a little more innovation alongside the old Z's fundamental goodness, but for now, the 370Z is still a top-notch choice for two-seater fun. Love it, a modern take on a classic Japanese sports car. Honest 3-pedal manual transmission, good looks, goes fast, turns well. Available Nismo model for go faster attitude right out of the box. Leave it aging V6 engine a bit pricey for the higher trim levels. Nismo version should be faster than it is.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.